Peter Obi versus Bola Tinubu. Who is truly fit to lead Nigeria? We ask artificial intelligence to rate both men, based not on feelings or party, but on raw facts from their time as governors. 15 performance factors, real governance data, and the results. It shocked even political experts. Stay tuned. The AI report begins now.
Today, I'm going to be asking AI to tell us between Peter Obi and Tinubu who is actually better fit to be Nigeria's president based on their tenure as governor. Now, all of you know that AI does not use emotions. AI doesn't care about who you like or who you don't like. AI doesn't care whether you are APC or PDP or whatever. AI will only state facts and give you the truth based on facts. The first question I'm going to ask AI is I'm going to ask it, how are you going to rate these two people based on their tenure as governor? So the first question I'm going to ask here is for AI to list the factors that are going to be used to judge them as governors. So let's look at the factors together. Number 1 is security and stability. Number 2 is infrastructure development. Number 3 is education. 4, healthcare. 5, job creation and youth empowerment. Economic growth and IGR. Welfare and civil service reform. Transparency and governance. Agriculture and rural development. Industrialization. Environment and climate resilience. Legacy project, public perception and popularity, responsiveness to emergencies, and lastly, implementation of campaign promises. 15 factors. Let's start with factor 1, security and stability. Tinubu set up SSRO, improved policing, but urban crime and area boys remain a major issue. Peter Obi tackled political violence, ended Godfather control, and reduced insecurity over time. Peter Obi had a greater turnaround from chaos to order, so Peter Obi wins factor number 1. Let's go to factor number 2. So factor number 2 is infrastructure development, right? Tinubu Lagos initiated major road and drainage projects, upgraded Oshodi and laid groundwork for BRT system, focused on urban renewal and slum clearance. Obi focused on rural road, built over 800 kilometers of road across the LGAs, emphasized access rather than urban showpieces. Tinubu wins factor number 2. So factor number 3 is education. Now, Tinubu rehabilitated schools, introduced free education, but faced issues with overcrowding and quality. Obi in Anambra State returned mission schools to churches, increased WAEC performance, and provide buses, generators, and computers to school. Peter Obi wins number 3, measurable improvement in quality and outcome. Now, factor number 4 is healthcare. Tinubu upgraded general hospitals, expanded primary healthcare centers, but struggled with overcrowding and funding. Obi in Anambra revamped over 100 healthcare facilities, partnered with churches to run hospitals, equipped and staffed centers better. Peter Obi wins the factor number 4. He had broader rural healthcare reach and better partnership. So Peter Obi wins factor number 4. Factor number 5 is job creation and youth empowerment. Now, Tinubu in Lagos encouraged private sector growth, created LASMA and KAI, employed the youth, and supported informal sector indirectly. Obi focused on small-scale grants, youth skill acquisition, and also did public sector hiring, but Tinubu wins factor number 5. Tinubu wins this one too as well. Let's go to factor number 6. Factor number 6 is economic growth and internally generated revenue. Tinubu in Lagos State grew the IGR from 600 million naira to 7 billion naira monthly through aggressive tax reforms and LIRS creation. Obi in Anambra State improved IGR modestly, but focused more on reducing government debt and saving fund. Tinubu wins this particular one. Tinubu wins in the factor number 6. Factor number 7, welfare and civil service reform. Tinubu in Lagos State reformed the civil service structure, digitized some processes, and had tensions with federal authorities over allocation. But Peter Obi paid salaries, paid pensions promptly, ensured he cleared arrears, introduced biometric verification, and reduced wastage. Peter Obi wins factor number 7. Let's look at factor number 8. Factor number 8, transparency and governance. Tinubu in Lagos State is known for strategic vision, but criticized for lack of full budget transparency and allegation of opaque finances. Peter Obi had regular budget publications, frugal spending, left billions in state savings, and is widely praised for transparency. Peter Obi wins factor number 8. Factor number 9, agriculture and rural development. Tinubu in Lagos had minimal focus on agriculture due to Lagos' urban nature with some rural initiatives in Ekpe and Badagry. Obi, on the other hand, invested in rural roads, supported farmers with inputs and training, and promoted community development projects. Of course, Obi wins in this one too as well. Factor number 10, industrialization. Tinubu in Lagos promoted the Lekki Free Trade Zone, laid foundation for Eco Atlantic, and attracted major investors to Lagos. Obi in Anambra supported SMEs, revived Onitsha Industrial Hub modestly, but had few large-scale industrial initiatives. So Tinubu wins this one hands down. More impactful large-scale industrial groundwork. Tinubu wins in this one. Factor number 11, which is environment and climate resilience. Tinubu in Lagos started drainage and flood control projects, beautification efforts, but Lagos remained highly flood prone. Obi tackled erosion, a major problem in the state, partnered with federal agencies, and supported tree planting. Obi had a much more tailored proactive response to local environmental issue. So Obi wins factor number 11 too as well. Factor number 12, legacy projects. Tinubu had the BROT system. He also had LIRS and LASMA, which are foundational reforms that shaped modern Lagos governance. While Obi returned schools to mission, had physical savings culture and rural infrastructure projects. Tinubu wins in factor number 12, which is legacy projects. Tinubu had long-lasting system-wide legacy structures. Factor number 13 is public perception and popularity. Tinubu is a highly influential political figure, widely respected in Lagos politics, but also controversial in national perception. Obi has gained reputation for integrity and prudence, widely respected across party lines, and has strong grassroots appeal. Obi wins the number 13 in terms of public perception. Factor number 14 is responsiveness to emergencies. Tinubu in Lagos State responded to flooding and urban crisis with early stage agencies, but often slow or overwhelmed by scale. Obi, on the other hand, was proactive in crises like political violence, erosion, and health emergencies, and often emphasized quick intervention. So Obi wins in the factor number 14. On factor number 15, implementation of campaign promises. Tinubu delivered on major reform-oriented promises like tax reform, urban renewal, and governance restructuring, while Obi closely aligned actions with promises, especially in education, healthcare, and physical discipline, and often referenced his manifesto in progress tracking. Obi also wins factor number 15 as well too. Now let's look at the full scorecard and see who wins the whole thing. Now, of course, an unbiased comparison of the scorecard will say that Peter Obi wins on 10 factors and Tinubu wins on 5 factors. So I have to now ask, now compare Peter Obi to every democratic governor that has ruled a state in Nigeria since 1999 and tell me who is best fit to be the president on the factors listed previously. So that's the last question I asked. So I asked that question and then it gave me this particular answer. So I'm comparing Peter Obi to every other governor that has ruled Nigeria, every other state, and this is what it gave to me. So let's look at the answer. It's solely based on their record as state governors measured against the 15 factors we use, excluding natural resources and advantage. The answer, of course, remains top performer Peter Obi. Other notable mentions are Umar Musa Yar'Adua, 1999 to 2007, Rabiu Kwankwaso, Bukola Saraki. These are very sound men. They are very, very sound men. So other people that they are saying that are as good as Peter Obi are these ones too as well. And Babatunde Fashola. But by head-to-head comparison, Peter Obi still beats all of them, right? But these are also very sound men. We respect them a lot. Rabiu Kwankwaso, Bukola Saraki, and Yar'Adua, and of course, Babatunde Fashola. They are very, very sound, good, and amazing men as well too.